All right, we're gonna be watching Fish700Fun46. That's quite a name. This is playing Soldier 76. This is on Samoa. This is top 500, top 200, something like that. By somebody who says that they've been pretty consistently GM3, GM2. I'm a top 500 soldier, one trick, but I feel like I lose games. I play well, looking for feedback. I would be about top 200, but this account isn't eligible for top 500. I didn't play perfect or anything, obviously, but look for feedback here. I felt like I couldn't do what I wanted to do a lot, but should have played more aggressive. I also think my aim is a problem I need to fix. So, again, starting caveat. I haven't played in a while, though. I think I'm actually going to start playing again. I saw this post, booted up the code. I looked at it and I was like, this does not feel right to me. So for starters, I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? But like my perspective, having played North America for basically since Overwatch 1 started and playing at, somewhere between Masters and GM the entire time, this did not strike me as what I would think of in North America. And I assume this is not North America. I mean, it could be, but like based on the names, it doesn't seem like North America to me, but who knows? This is not what I've been used to historically for what I would consider top 500 gameplay. And like, I'm going to kind of point out a few moments where I'm like, this is sort of why, both from you, but also I think for your opponents. Like your opponents don't look that strong either from what I'm used to. In particular, I think on the game sense side, I think that's actually your biggest failing by far. I think your aim is better than your game sense. I think your aim is very good, right? But on the scale of like very good, great, excellent, elite, like I don't think your aim is elite level. Like if I had to think about like a spectrum here of is that the right opacity? No, that's what I want. So if we look at, okay, this is the the whole player base, and let's say right here, this is like top 1% or so, right? This is roughly where I am, right? So this is me for aim, where my aim is not that good compared to really, really good players. But compared to like 99% of players out there, I'm way better than them. This is probably something like high masters, give or take, right? And that, from my perspective, again, the ranks have been all over the place, right? Because they've been changing, like who goes into what. So, for example, in the last 2 seasons, like GM was extremely difficult getting into because they cut down the number by so much. There are times where GM's a lot easier. I heard that's true for this season. I don't know what the current deal is, but like just by frame of reference, because I think it's still helpful to think about. It's like here, right? And then you have like, let's say GM level aim, so like GM5, right? Let's say GM5 is here. It's really hard to draw to write in this small letters. So that's like GM5, right? And then you're looking at, hey, this is like maybe GM1, right? And then going onwards into et cetera, right? Into the highest levels, champion, owl level, etc. This aim feels to me like here-ish, right? Somewhere, let's change the color because we can also see otherwise. Somewhere in this range where I'm like, okay, this feels like, it's funny, this high masters of GM5 should really be together, but like somewhere in this range where I'm like, okay, I could see realistically this being the aim of somebody's like Masters 1 to like, let's say GM4, right? Historically, that's sort of the way that I feel. This does not feel, but from my perspective, historically, when I think about it, I think of top 500 is starting at like GM3 plus as being like the lowest. Again, totally depends on the era. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter. If you're top 100, who cares? I'm just noting because there's so much that jumps out here where I'm like, I feel like if I was in this game, I would 100% punish you for a lot of the stuff that you do. And that's, I think, the part that you're actually looking for is, from my perspective, what is that? What would I be able to do? And if I can pick up on that as somebody who was not a top 500 player and was only really touching that like once or twice in my entire Overwatch career, then there's stuff that's relatively easy for you to work on. Anyway, let's actually start the game. So we're going to start here. You take the right side, which is fine. I think I actually prefer the left side. So the way I think of this point is right side is brawly, left side is pokey. Why? You have longer angles on the left. It's harder for them to surprise you. And generally speaking, it is easier for you to get away, right? You drop down and you're good, right? You get immediate LOS and your supports. Versus here, if you get into a fight, like over here, it can be quite a distance before you're able to get help by your team. Just because of the natural angles. And it's very easy for people to sneak up on you. Think about it. If you're playing like Soldier versus Reaper, I want you, if I was playing Reaper, I want you to go this side because I can get on top of you and you're in big trouble. But over here, it's much harder for me to get on top of you for a lot of different reasons, right? I feel like if I'm playing like Soldier or I'm playing Ashe, I would rather go left than go right. Obviously, you don't want to go main, right? That part you're obviously understand in at this level, at your skill level. I'm just noting that I'm a little surprised you go right. I don't think it's a big deal. I'm just noting it, something for you to think about. I'm not saying objectively this is wrong. I'm just noting it that I personally actually prefer going left when I play Soldier. All right, so you poked on this Genji. Great, excellent. This Helix has no prayer. Like, I don't even know what this is aimed at. Like, maybe you thought the Genji was going to jump over the top and shoot at you, in which case, but like, this is not really going to hit him. But like, barely splash for anything at that point in time. But like, okay, cool. You poked off the Genji. You're like, he's probably not likely to re-peek, which I think is a reasonable idea. Then you decide to peek this angle, get line of sight in the supports. Great, right? Again, you do this very consistently. I think this is good. I'm not going to harp on it a lot because I think you know what you're doing right. Like, I think one thing that's tough about the way that I do reviews is I don't really harp a lot on stuff that you do well because I think you already know that you do it well. So like, yes, you're doing the right thing. You have off-angled. You've taken control of the flank. You're applying pressure to the back line. Great, excellent. All right, so you shred the Kiriko. Now, I do think that you have a mistake right here where you don't actually see where she teleports to. I can tell right now that the Kiriko is panicking because she's not expecting me taking that much damage at this range. Because your aim is very good in this situation, right? You beam her down from full health at, this is what, like 35, 40 meters? You shred her right now with the Helix. And then she's like, oh God. And then she immediately swift steps out of it. I would look to the left right now and figure out where she is. Because I know she's super low, right? She's like 3 bullets from dying. I'm looking for where it is. Right now, I would have seen the teleport and I would have strafed to the right and tried to finish the kill. You didn't even try for it, which I feel like is a mistake, right? Like, I feel like a higher level soldier would have been like, hey, there is at least a 25% chance I kill the Kiriko right now if I just look for the kill. It didn't even feel like you looked for it. All right, Lucia's here, beam him a little bit. Okay, great, Helix. All right, so you come out again. I think the jump out was a mistake because if you jump out like this, then you can't strafe back in quickly. And a lot of things can happen when you jump out. So right now, I think you realize you are too far from the corner. This is an example of like small mechanical mistakes which get you in big trouble. Because I think a better Genji immediately dashes right now next to you, right? And then kills you, right? Whether or not it's deflect, whether or not it's right-click melee, right? Whether or not it's like right-click deflect, any number of things, I think you die right now. Because you are too far from the edge. If you were here, right? If you're right here versus being out here, that significantly increases your chances that you're going to live right now. But you jumped, which in my opinion was a bad move and is kind of like bad hygiene, right? Just like general practice for the way that you peek that corner, knowing that there is a Genji in the game, knowing that or not knowing exactly what was around the corner, I think that was quite dangerous. So now you're forced to come back and you immediately pop Healing Station. But this is bad because now Healing Station got forced for nothing, sort of, right? The Genji hasn't actually engaged, but obviously if you did engage, you'd want the Healing Station down. But you don't want to be in a position where you'd even need to put down the Healing Station because, as you pointed out earlier, like you mentioned this comment too, like poking him down is really, really important. You put yourself in a bad position, which then forced out not a strong cooldown, right? Genji tries to fight you, he deflects, right? And now you get forced off the edge. So, not so good, right? But fine, is what it is. This is a great example, this moment right here, where I do not think that this Genji is a top 500 Genji. Because let's walk through what this Genji just did. All right, he just came through, he deflected, he shot you, okay, fine. He comes back here, he pokes down, okay, Zarya's beaming a little bit. He walks to the left, like, this is enough. Like, right here, just get to this corner, LOS to Zarya, and understand that there's no way the Zarya can chase him. Because his whole team is here. Like, the Zarya cannot just, like, beam all around the corner and go kill him. If he does, then you can keep strafing to the left. But instead, this Genji keeps running around the corner. What was the last thing the Genji saw? The last thing the Genji saw was you back here. And he is now extremely low. This is extraordinarily dangerous. Like, he can die instantly here. And then you notice that he keeps running like an extra step, right? Watch. He goes this extra step further away. There. And now he starts coming back. And now he dies to Helix. Is it good play for you? Yeah. But this is not what a top 500 Genji player looks like in my experience. Having played against top 500 Genjis, this does not look like a top 500 Genji that I am used to at all. This looks like, I don't know, Masters level maybe? Like, I'm not saying that the rest of the Genji's gameplay was that bad. I'm saying like this is an example of a mistake that I would see from a Masters player and be able to exploit, and that's what would get me the GM, is because people make mistakes like that. That does not look like a GM level Genji to me in that moment in time. And I think if you're getting top 500, you got top 500 by dumpstering on a lot of low GM players who already wouldn't make that mistake. Little things like that are like kind of tipping me off. I'm like, hey, this doesn't feel right. I'm not saying you're lying, right? I mean, frankly, it doesn't matter to me if you are or not. I'm just noting that this is like, it gives you an example of like how much space there is to grow if you can play even better and cut down the mistakes. Because we just demonstrated where you made a mistake, we're not punished for it the way you should have, in my opinion, by a better Genji, A. And B is that this Genji ends up getting punished for that same mistake by you. All right, so you come out here. So you're trying to hit the Kiriko, which is smart, like she's low, right? You back up a little bit. All right, you peek. Right, try to beam, right? Right-click the Ramatra. You get 14 ammo right now. I would just finish shooting. Like, I think that you're so anti-shooting the tank that sometimes you don't realize how big a difference that shooting the tank can actually make. So in this moment in time, right, it's like you already helixed all the armor off the Ramatra. Great. Just keep shooting the Ramatra. Like, force out Nemesis right now, and instead you just reload that 14 ammo. Like, 14 ammo is, just making math easy, 20 damage a bullet. That's 280 damage, not including headshots, and you're virtually guaranteed to get headshots against tanks. Like, you could definitely force Nemesis out in a situation where the Ramatra does not want that to happen. This Ramatra does not want you to be shooting him in the back right now. Like, think about how frustrating it is to be in this experience where the Ram has Zarya on one end, a high energy Zarya on one end with your team, right? And then you on the other end shooting him. Like, he's going to have to force Nemesis out if you shoot him in here. He doesn't know that you don't have any more bullets to kill him. Right? Like, he just got helixed off, and if you're shooting him, like, he could die. So, I think it's a mistake not to shoot the tank there. Oh, you reload. Now you shoot the tank, which is funny, because now you have full ammo. So, when you were reloading right here, if you're going to reload right now, I would be moving forward here to take this angle and now force their supports back. Why are you reloading and going backwards? Right? Like, this is another example of like a micro mistake that you're making is, hey, look, you have control of this angle because you killed the Genji. You know there is nobody here to contest you. You should be taking the aggressive angle now and forcing the backline and applying pressure, not slowing down and backing up. You're basically full health. You have pretty much all your cooldowns. You're reloading anyway. Step forwards. Again, not shooting the Ramatra now. Now the Ramatra is definitely not going to die, right? He's going to pop Nemesis, etc. Like, now I'm going for the backline. So, we see Lucio here, and we see Kiriko. What is the correct call? Well, we should obviously shoot the Lucio. But where should I be going? Either option A, I go to this pillar, or option B, I kind of zigzag my way backwards. Frankly, I think you should actually be going backwards. I think that if both of these supports decide that you want to die, they want to kill you right now, you die. Right? Like, Lucio is going to speed over, he's going to bump you against the wall, and him plus the Kiriko kill you. Like, basically every single time. I think it is extremely dangerous to do what you do right here, which is where you just run straight at the Lucio right now. See, look right now. So you just got absolutely shredded by the Lucio alone. Right now, you see how you're still coming towards him, and you just run straight up, and then you just get tagged really hard, and now you're at 170. Again, if the Kiriko is throwing a kunai here, right? That's like 105 damage or whatever now. Like, that hurts. Like, you're gonna die. This Lucio alone would kill you. I think you were dramatically underestimating just how dangerous both the supports are. It would be totally different if they were not paying attention to you. But when you peek this, both of them are looking at you. Right? They both saw you right there, and you could not tell that the Kiriko was going to turn away, right? But you saw that the Kiriko saw you. You could have died here. Their tank is not actually in danger of dying. If the tank is low, that's different. If you're like, oh, I know the Ram's low, Kiriko's got to save, different story. But right then, their tank is not low. You can definitely die here. You are not punished for it. Again, like, I want to note this because like this habitual behavior where you're just not respecting the enemy's ability to punish you, it will hurt you later when you are getting punished. And I think there's some degree of like, well, I don't know, like, why do I die now? It's because sometimes they're able to pick up on it and sometimes they aren't. And obviously the games move very quickly, but like, I don't need to tell you that, right? Like, if you're playing GM, players will get better and better and better, right? When they see here, when this Lucio sees, hey, look, there's a soldier, and he tags you with that headshot, right? I think a better Lucio hops one up, looks to the right to confirm Kiriko's in the fight, right? Even calls voice comm, hey, kill a soldier, and then comes around and immediately fights you. And I think you die, right? With no helix here, I think you die. All right, so back over here. I don't really know why you helix the Ram here, because the Ram's basically full health. I think instead I'd be looking for the helix up there, right? Pretty low value helix. Again, a splash helix there would probably kill the Lucio. All right, but you lose a couple over there. Now, let's think. Next moment. So what's going on here? They're clearly diving my teammate. My teammate has died. So quick stock. What situation? Okay, we got my Ana over here, right? We have Ana, we have Zarya, we have me. They are up one player right now. They have one coming, right? And we have one coming as well, I believe. Yeah. So it's going to be 3v4 right now. But I have a high energy Zarya, right? Pretty much the only hero in the game where the fight changes based on how long it is. My Zarya has gotten progressively stronger and stronger, right? She's probably at 70 energy. She's at 36 right now, rough. But ideally, she'd be at higher energy, A. B is, like, we still have lots of long angles. We have better positioning because we're spread out across the point and they are not. So, like, play slow, right? See what happens. You're point control. Play slow. This is the opposite of playing slow. So right now, I have no idea what is making you think I should sprint and jump onto the point on top of my Zarya. Like, I cannot imagine any reasonable scenario that this makes sense. If you were thinking, let me kill the supports, there is no way that your best path to kill the supports is to run this way towards them. Right? It would be like, oh, hey, let me switch over and play this side, for example. Right? Or maybe run through the middle. Right? Or maybe loop around the outside. But there's no reason why you would ever stack on top of your tank like this. And as soon as you do that, what happens? Well, now you can't shoot because now you're shielded off by the Ram, and the Ram's able to spam you. And guess what? Now the Ram's going to vortex you, and he's going to poke you down, and now you're getting flushed out. Like, this is very basic stuff that you violate, right? Basic rules of, like, playing as an off-angler that you just completely gave up at this moment in time. Like, I don't know why you would do this. And again, I do not think, in my experience, that one of the best soldiers in the world, right? If you're top 500, you are one of the best soldiers in the entire planet Earth, right? Would have done what you just did. So, all right, we heal, we go back, and guess what? There's a Ram on top of me who's punching me. But this is my fault. Like, why am I here? Like, no one, it's not like you got flushed out. It's like, oh, the Genji dove me, then I ran to the point to get away from him. Okay, I get it. You chose to be here. You chose to run to the point, and, like, playing this through, like, yeah, he flushes you, pushes you on this side. Obviously, you run to the side where, like, they can now shoot you from high ground. You put the healing station. You can't even stand in the healing station. Now you're trapped over here, and guess what? Now you're gonna die. This is an unforced error. In my experience, getting to GM, you must commit, over an average 20-minute game, 0 unforced errors. Like, 0 to 1 unforced errors. There is no reason for you to have died here. Like, you basically chose to die, which gave up your ability to win this fight. And this fight is very conceivably winnable if you just don't die. Like, you'd constantly maintain control of the off angle and were an enormous pest, but you decided to give it up and try to rush the fight for some reason, and then you died for it. Okay, you decided to go left side now. I don't know why, but it's fine. I mean, nothing, no issue with that. I'm just noting that I'm curious what causes you to decide to go left or right. I'll go left here, right, Genji? I think helixing first is crazy. I don't think that is the correct play. I have never heard of that. It's possible that some soldiers, top soldier players are like, oh yeah, definitely helix first. I think helix firsting is nuts because helix has a travel time, right? Like, he has time to deflect this. If he deflects that on you, you instantly die. He deflects, dash, right click, melee, you die. There's no counterplay to that. Like, literally, the only thing that saves you is you hope the Genji is bad. Like, this is why you shoot him with your gun first, and so he deflects, you only take a few bullets, and then you save helix for when he definitely can't deflect it, or you're splashing it off something off him, which, again, he can't deflect. Or, alternatively, like, you're point blank, and you think there's no way that he can react or, like, predict it. Yeah, maybe that scenario. But, like, you come both like, surprise each other coming around a corner at point blank or something like that. But, like, this is nuts to just open with a naked helix here. And he hears you coming, too. Right? He hears it right now. He's coming up. He's looking for it right now. Like, he 100% could have deflected this, and then you would die. I think you just do not respect. And granted, this Genji is not good enough. And, like, that may be part of the problem here, is that you're just not facing people who are good enough to punish this. In my experience, playing against top-level Genjis, you're dead. Like, you just die right there. To be clear, do I mean they deflected 100% of the time? No, but maybe they deflected 50% of the time. But the other 50% of the time I land the Helix, they don't die anyway. Like, he clearly has his whole team around him. He could dash away. He could then pop deflect to make sure he doesn't die. Lots of options. I think it is a very low reward, high risk play, which is something that you generally don't want to be doing. All right, so you went left side. And what I think is funny here, additionally with the left side, right side thing, is you already understood from the previous death that their team was biased left, right? They're playing high ground. That was the last place you saw them. That was the place they seemed comfortable. They were conceding right side to you. So when you come back from spawn and force left side, you know that you're putting yourself, or guessing, predicting, into a close range fight, which is exactly what happens. And then, because it's a close range fight that you're not comfortable with, you're forced to run back. Why did we waste time going left just to get deflected by them anyway? Why didn't we just take right side? Right? Take right side, take the side of the point, force them all off the point, stand here, right? They try coming after you, go back, right? And just keep playing this game over and over again until you cap it. This is like missing that high level thinking that I would expect. But that you can develop, to be clear, right? Like, obviously the stuff I'm talking you through, like, this can maybe help you think through, like, hey, which side am I going? What am I trying to do? What did I see last? How do I react to that? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All right. So some poking right now. Again, you don't want to be stacking on top of your team. I want to note something here too. Another example where I do not feel that like top 500 level play. What is the key thing that we're going to notice right here? Don't look at your screen, but listen. Okay, so what you're listening for are the shurikens, right? Right there, you both heard it and you got hit. That's one, that's two, that's three. Have you done anything for this? No. You're not turning for the Genji at all. Like, you should turn, and please don't Helix him here. Like, shoot him to force deflect, right? And then he's off of your backline, and then you can go back to doing what you're doing. Like, you're the only person who is not turning for this. Ana also, but she's kind of in the weird spot because she's trying to just evade right now. Like, this Genji should have just killed your Ana here because no one else is paying attention. Like, first he right-clicks, like, the whole group instead of focusing one target. Then he sort of hits the Ana. Then he completely whiffs 3, right? Then he's going over here for some reason. Like, he wastes dash in over here, right? Now he pops deflect. He's like, oh god, this isn't working. Like, this is so clumsy by the Genji. He should have just killed the Ana, who is completely not paying attention right here. What? Right-click, dash. She's dead. What? Like, what? Like, why is he leaving? Just kill the Ana. Like, again, this is what I'm saying, is nobody in this game looks like they are a top 500 player. It just doesn't feel that way. Like, why would the Genji do this? If the Genji's like, oh, they're about to shoot me, then pop deflect and aim at the Ana. This is crazy. Soldier doesn't even have blue gun. All nuts. Everything here is nuts, including the fact that you personally, what could you change? Turn around and shoot the Genji. You should be like, why is there a Genji here? We need to deal with him because otherwise he's going to mess up my backline because he can carry this fight just solo. Right? You take way too long to react to that. Like, you don't need to run away from the Genji snare. You're in the midst of 4 of the heroes. Just turn and shoot him. Anyway, your soldier's going to kill everybody. That Lucio luckily walks into your Helix. So this is all fine, right? Obviously, the ramp can't run you down. So this gets popped. Okay, is what it is. I would definitely run away right now. So key thing about playing against Ram, right, when he has Annihilation, don't run too far away. Your goal is not to run as far away as you possibly can to make yourself safe. You just need to run just outside of his range. That way, he wants to chase you again, and then you run away again. And the second he turns away, then you want to go back to shooting at him, or whomever. Like, you're giving it way too much space, when in reality, I understand, look, I think there's 2 people left on this point, right? Like, he comes, I run, and the second I stop feeling the Annihilation, right now, I turn, I'm like, hey, you're not following me? Great, I'm going back in. Either up the stairs or down low, whatever you want to do. Upstairs probably better, right? And then go back to applying pressure on the Kiriko. Because you could flip this fight just by killing the Kiriko right now if you're fast. But instead, you see how much space? Because you expect the Ram to, like, chase you basically all the way here. That's insane. Why would the Ram do that in a situation? Like, the Ram has the whole point. The Ram's missing multiple people. He's not even full health. Like, you need to think through, what is the Ram going to do here? What can he reasonably do? This Ram does not pop Annihilation, right? over here, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna chase the soldier to Kingdom Come. That's not gonna happen. Like, the Rams like, yeah, I gotta stay on point. That is the correct call. You need to know that as well, and you need to exploit that, knowing the Ram is not gonna chase you. That is the example of micro optimizations that you're constantly doing at a really high level, right? Pushing the boundaries of risk, which you do in other scenarios, but in this scenario, it's like very sloppy. Because again, you actually kill the Kiriko here in a crazy pick. This pick is nuts. This is like top 1% of 1% type play that you were able to kill the Kiriko here. It's a combination of great aim, great prediction, right? And a little bit of luck, right? She just goes backwards on a straight line and she dies to this. So, also I would note, the jumping here, I think screws her. No, she just walks into it, never mind. But she is spamming jump a lot. But you killing the Kiriko basically wins this point. Right? All you gotta do is apply pressure. This is another good example where, like, I have no idea what the hell this Lucio is doing. Does this look like a top 500 Lucio to you? What is he doing? Like, literally, what is he doing? Where is he going? Like, the safest path, right, is to just stay here, right? Like, he can hear you up top, to be clear. Like, there's no world where he's like, oh, let me just jump out into the open here. He can hear you the entire time. There's no reason to believe he's like, oh yeah, this soldier's definitely not going to shoot me for the 5-6 seconds that I'm just floating in the air. Absolutely bonkers level play. Okay, you run to the soldier. A, you should have ended the sprint half a second earlier. Like, you should already be letting go of it right now, because this gives you, like, forces you to have to hold the sprint another half second to be able to come out of it, which gives the soldier a significant 1v1 advantage right now. So as a result, you're actually falling from behind here. You just track her better, and she just barely doesn't get the kill off. If she was a little bit better, she would actually have gotten the kill here, right? At the railgun and immediately meleeed. But very close, right? You go up. I think shooting a ram here is fine. Like, no one's going to kill you here. You hear the Hanzo to the left, right? And what's interesting is you jump and drop, and I don't know what you were thinking here. So if you thought the Hanzo, you heard the Hanzo here, right? So you knew he was to your left. If you thought the Hanzo was low ground, why would you jump? Just drop. Dropping would be half a second faster than jumping, because you'd fall faster and see him sooner. If you didn't think that he was like low left and that he was going to climb up and contest and like you're sort of low, so maybe that's dangerous, you still wouldn't jump. You would still just drop normally, or you would strafe. If you drop normally to get down faster so he can't hit you as like sooner, right? You get out of cover, get into cover sooner, A, or B, just start strafing and get ready to dodge and get the kill or die, whatever ends up happening. There is no world where jumping off of this platform was the correct call. Like, once you heard this and you saw it's coming, why would you jump? I'm sure looking at it right now, hopefully it's very obvious that you made a mistake and you should be dead right now. Like, oh man, the bubble save. Right? But like, either way, either he was low ground and you were going to go down and kill him, in which case, drop faster, or B, he's coming to kill you, then either get ready to start strafing to make yourself a hard target, or drop down so that you have less time exposed to him. This is neither of those options, and is another example of like a micro mistake that you make. For the record, and I think you know this, but I'm going to say this for other people who are watching, take zero credit for that Hanzo kill. That Hanzo kill doesn't matter at all. Like, literally at all. Like, it's the fight is long since won by now. Your team has massive numbers advantage. Like, the Hanzo kill does not matter. The Kiriko kill mattered a lot, right? Lucio kill sort of mattered. Again, I don't know why the Lucio was giving himself up to you. All right, you kind of try to take this off angle. That's fine, right? You're trying to poke him down a little bit. I think it's spooky to go here. Again, you're not used to people punishing you, but like hypothetically, the Sojourn could have been at that door right now, and she could have slid up as you went towards the Mega, slid up, pop ball here, and immediately tried to fight the 1v1, right? Or pop ball, like, landed up here. That would be even better play. And then from here, shoot you as you tried to leave the ball, and then virtually guaranteed to win the fight. Like, that's what goes through my head is like, I feel danger here in a way that you don't. Because, again, I don't think you are used to being punished that hard for stuff like that. Okay. Sojourn has popped overclock on my flank, which, for the record, was the flank that I was controlling. If I was your team, I would be upset right now that overclock is happening right now, because Last I checked, you controlled this flank. You didn't die. You didn't get forced off. You're fully healthy. I can see you on my screen. Why is the soldier just suddenly overclocking on her flank? Where are you? What are you doing? So A, I think you are not doing your job here of controlling the flank. Controlling flanks wins games, for sure, right? Like, very often, controlling a flank consistently and being able to apply pressure to the opposing team and deny their own flank pressure from that angle wins a lot of games. A. B, what are we thinking is the play here? I'm going to show what actually happened. You're going to drop down here, try to suit the Sojourn, get blown up by the Ram, and then live for a little while, and then die here. I hope it's obvious how bad this mistake was. First of all, you did this hard outside swing instead of just playing the doorway here. I think this doorway is actually better for where the enemy backline is. Like, it seems like you didn't realize the backline was playing back there instead of the first corner instead of the second corner, right? Near corner versus far corner, right? They're playing far corner. This angle is better for far corner. This angle is better for near corner. So A, it seems like you lost track of where the backline is, right? B, this also helps you control the flank. But C, fine. Let's ignore both of those things. Let's imagine you just got here, no matter what, and you made all the right decisions to get here. Let's think about what happens. You come over here, you see the Ram, you fire the Helix at the Ram. This is going to splash and I think hit the Ram for a little bit, plus he heard it, plus he saw it. What do you think the Ram is going to do next? If I'm the Ramattra player here, and I just got hit, / heard, / saw the Helix land, right? Right now, what do you think I do as a Ram? I turn around, and I'm like, hey, there's a soldier on my flank. This is totally normal human behavior, right? Like, hey, I'm being shot from my side. I look at my side and confirm what is the situation. Why in the world, after having just damaged him, do you think it is the right plan to then drop down? I would also note right now, you can see the Ramattra, right? You can see him on your screen right now. Dropping right now. And I understand you're tunnel vision on the soldier. You're thinking, I gotta stop the overclock. I gotta stop the overclock. Dropping here is insane. This is not a GM level play. This is not a Masters level play. This is like maybe low diamond level of mistake. Charitably. There is no world for multiple reasons that you should be here at this moment in time. Like, incredibly bad play, like deviance from where your play should be, in my opinion, for top 500 level play. Right? Extremely lucky to not be dead right away. For the record, if this had happened, like if I had done this, I would have been playing personally the middle, right? Not this outside corner. But if this had happened right now, I would immediately, after having shot that Helix, sprint over here, right? Pop overclock and then kill the soldier. Right? She's clearly not paying attention to me, right? Like, she's not coming after me despite the fact that I'm running around making noise behind her. She's tunnel visioned on my rest of my team. Pop overclock, go over here, kill her, and then you win the fight. But I'm being chased, right? I'm somehow still alive, right? Great job on my team keeping me alive. What's my plan here? Keep running. Unlike previously, where I'm like, oh, there's no way the Ram's gonna chase me. No, the Ram has a very high chance of chasing me right now. I'm super low, and he's in punch range because he's been punching me nonstop. Like, it's not like, oh, maybe I broke the corner. He's hitting you the entire time, right? 2, 3, 4, 5. That's still hitting me. Like, that hit right there, I know he's super close to me. I don't need to look. I don't need a rear view mirror. I know he's on top of me. Why would you stop here? This is bonkers. Even the Ram alone right now, forget the soldier, even the Ram alone right now kills you. Like, your only hope of survival is to just buy time, zigzag, get like around the corner this way, or try to run towards Zarya, like hug this wall or something. That's the only way you could possibly survive here. Absolutely not the right play to just stay and try to fight that out. But you see how we're picking up death after death after death, where I'm like, what are you doing? Right? Like, why are you doing it this way? So we run towards point, we go mid, right? do I really want to be mid? Not necessarily, but like this is a chaotic fight. This is kind of the fastest way to get there. Okay, fine. So I am concerned that we might still lose this fight because like I know my Zarya is super exposed. I can tell from the scoreboard and game sense there's multiple heroes alive. I gotta get in there fast. Right? I gotta get in there fast. I gotta be engaging. Right? I gotta go. So we're up here. Right? Shu gets popped. You're looking the other way. Right? Switch that gets popped. I'm like, hey, is this winnable? Well, I see Ram has popped Nemesis, but I know he doesn't have shield. I just saw shield go off. I could conceivably pop Visor right now, definitely kill Lucio, maybe kill the Kiriko, and then force the Ram into block mode. Like, I think this is winnable, right? You also see Suzu go off. Like, this is conceivably winnable right now, right? Helix shoot, right? He just probably starts blocking, then pop Visor and try to kill the Kiriko. It's tricky, right? It's not. I especially have to kill this Lucio. Definitely don't do it now. But like now, definitely don't do it. It's too late. But while your Zarya was still up, I think there was a world where maybe you could have popped the Visor. I wouldn't say like 100% feel confident in that. I'm just noting that I think it's a possibility. If you don't want to do it here, I think it's also okay. In old Overwatch, this would have been a mistake to die here, and you should have just survived. But because of the new like anti-stagger mechanics, where you spawn with the rest of your team, it doesn't cost you anything. Frankly, I don't think I even like that mechanic. I think it lessens the skill of the game, but I understand why they did it. Sure. So, we're going left side. What is our track record of success in the left side this game? Poor, right? Other than the time where that Lucio just ran into the open at half health and you killed him, this has not been super favorable for you relative to right side, where right side you've consistently been able to control the flank and apply pressure. You end up dying because you do something else, like leave the flank, right? You run into mid, for example, or you drop down onto a Ramattra who's chasing you. Like, other than that, you've had a lot of success on right side. I think if you just kept going right side, you probably win this point. You're gonna go left side. Works out fine. In this case, like nobody ends up contesting you, but I'm just noting that did not go out so well the other times. So Kitsune gets popped. So what are we thinking here, right? We're in final fight territory. They have control point 84. You're going to pop Visor here. I think this is reasonable, right? The problem is nobody's really visible. Everyone's going to take cover, but fine. What do I do with this? Just kill a Ram, man. Like, just kill a Ram. Like, his back's facing towards you. He's getting beamed. Just kill him, right? Instead, look how much ammo you shoot off. You just fired 12 bullets and Helix that hit 0 people. Play it again. Visor goes off. What are we doing? Right? And this is what I mean. Sometimes you're so obsessed with trying to kill squishies that you don't think, wait, why don't I just kill the Ram who has 250 health in front of me? Like, you could instantly kill him. Right now, out of sleep, you could potentially kill him before he pops ultimate. But, worst case scenario, he pops ultimate. Great. Now he pops ultimate and he just has to hold block the whole time and he's out of position. Instead, because you don't burn the Ram down, he's able to get further back, pop ulti, and now he's able to come back in because more time was bought. Everybody was already taking cover once you pop Visor. You could have just killed the Ram. Like, this is a point-losing mistake. And at this point, now you've lost too many teammates. There's nothing you could possibly do to win this fight. At this, like, it's 2 against 4. They're actually pretty low. But you have no angle here to actually hit anybody. You actually saw the Kiriko super low. You saw it right there. Like, I don't know what you're looking at, because you... Like, I know there's nobody here. I haven't heard anybody. I haven't seen anything. Like, there's definitely nobody there. I'm looking for the Kiriko. Right there, 2 bullets. Kills her. I also think... Right, you're at 24 bullets right now. Why are you reloading? We see this actually a lot from you, is that I see you reloading times where I'm like, I think you should try to force the rest of the clip out. This is a really bad reload, and you could have killed Kiriko here. At a minimum, would have been an easy kill. And then try to trade out for, you know, Hanzo, etc. I don't think it would have made a difference. Even kill 2, you still lose that. Kill 3, you still lose that. Alright. Go main. Okay, that's fine. I think playing kayaks, canoes? Canoes? Yeah, let's call them canoes. Playing canoes here, I think it's perfectly reasonable. Bet you wish you had Helix there, right? Like, sometimes, you know, Helix is tricky. Like, this is like, oh, it's probably going to get some splash, give me some ult charge, but they're not going to get kill. But right now, if you had Helix, like, the Ashe is probably dead. Another not great value. Like, I understand why you did it, but like, I personally wouldn't have shot that one, right? But this is good. What you're doing right there, like, look, you forced the ram back. Great. Now Nemesis gets popped. Excellent. So what do we do here? Just sit tight, right? We got good position here, right? We forced out a critical ultimate early. Ram is purple. Great. Just sit tight. Keep holding the high ground, right? Hanzo pops you. So what do? I don't want to repeat the Hanzo, because that's a good way to die. Like this. Again, what the heck is the opposing team doing? I don't know how the Hanzo misses this shot. Oh my god, even a Sonic! Oh. Literally, he didn't even need to move his mouse. He just let go, you would have died there. Oh, brutal. Anyway, you peeking the same corner again against Hanzo is a death sentence, especially against Sonic. There's no reason why you should repeat that. Like, you should be like, oh, Sonic is popped? Okay, now I need to drop down here, right? And then, like, see, hey, like, how much attention is the Hanzo peeking? Do shoulder peeking, which I would hope if you're a GM, you understand how to shoulder peek, right? Shoulder peek, try to bait the arrow, and then start shooting. So, we shoot this out. All right, fine. 14, 13, 9. What do? Shoot the ram. Shoot the ram and rest the bolts, right? That's 180 damage right there without headshots. Just shoot him. Like, why are we reloading? Shooting him is valuable. That's problem number one. Does it change anything? No, but it's good practice, right? It's good hygiene to be like, look, just get that damage out. It's like, it takes you practically no time, and you reload and go to whatever you're doing, do whatever you're going to do next. Number one. Number two, where are you going? Why am I dropping here? Right? Why am I dropping here? Am I being forced to? Because the spot's been good so far, other than your questionable repeat at the Hanzo. The spot's been good so far. It's a good strong position, right? You got lots of angles. You can shoot backline. You can shoot front line. Shoot wherever you want. You're pretty safe. Like, the ram is not going to teleport over to you. It's not a dive hero. You're going to see him coming if he tries to chase you. Why am I dropping? Why did I drop to low ground and drop into the open? Like, you just dropped from canoes, okay, into the open right now, and then she just whiffs it. What are you doing? Right? Think through every little thing you do. Every movement, every corner, every repositioning, right? Every spot that you aim. Think about what you're doing. This can't be the move, right? Where I jump into the open against an Ashe who was in place ready for me with the Kiriko also swinging at me. Like, this is nuts. You are very lucky to not get punished for this. But here, since you're here, okay, we flank all the way to the other side, right? Try to get the Hanzo, try to get the Helix kill. So, I understand, like, why you should do this. You're, like, afraid of getting a headshot here. I think, conceivably, like, without a lot of healing, you could have tried to see if you get the kill, like, after he misses that arrow, but I think it's fine. So, Sonic goes off, right? I think it's crazy that Sonic went off and you did not immediately go to the left behind the canoes. Like, you have so little respect for your opposing team's aim. I don't even know why the Hanzo would go here. He fired the Sonic to the right, and then he ran to the left. If he thought you were going over there, he should have been staying on the right to confirm, okay, Sonic's there, then he head taps you, right, as you run by. You have zero respect for the opposing team's aim. And again, you don't usually get punished for it. So, yeah, I guess it works for you. It's just shocking to me where, like, when I was playing DPS and, like, low masters, I was getting obliterated by people. Like, this is absolutely nuts that you did not get punished for this. Alright. This Hanzo just jumps backwards into it, dies. Great. Alright, good off-angle pressure, right? You gotta pick out of it. Great. Excellent. I think you guys end up winning this fight. So, 10, right? 30, reload. So you're at 21 ammo right now. Just shoot people. Right? You had Lucy on the right, Loud on the left. You had the Ravacha on the right. Like, just shoot him. Like, force Nemesis. Like, Nemesis gotta be forced before we take this point. Right? There's no other squishies. It's one thing if it's like, oh, okay, there's like a squishy right here. Okay, go after and shoot them, right? But the Ram's right here. Just shoot him with the rest of your ammo. You can't easily find another target, so you just might as well burn him down. Like, you do, like, with only a moderate amount of headshots, like 250 plus damage per second. Why not shoot him? So, why are we doing this? Okay? So, Ram's over here. He's clearly backing up to the backside of the point, okay? Supports are coming back to try to, you know, keep him alive, try to get safe. Why are you going towards the Ram? If you're trying to kill the supports, you can just go up this way. Like, I don't know. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me that you get closer and closer to the ram, right? You finally take the flank, and guess what? Hey, there's a bunch of sports here I can kill. Excellent, right? And now you can finally end the fight. So, what should we be doing right now? Is it chasing after these backlighters who have zero chance of affecting the fight? No, just turn around and kill the ram. Speed it up. Like, it doesn't make a difference in this scenario, but, like, it's so sloppy. These heroes out here don't do anything. If you kill both of them, it doesn't matter at all. If you kill the ram, you're guaranteed to get the point. You see, you get so low here that your Junker Queen gets nervous and pops Shout for you, which means that she doesn't have it for the next, 14 seconds or whatever, which I think is, again, just sloppy. Yeah, I mean, you nearly die for it. There's literally no reason for you to have done that. It's like such a bad risk for no reward. Okay, so you're rotating the left side, which is like fine. Like, I don't think it's similar to the previous point. I think the right side's better for you because of the longer ankles. Left side is brawlier and close ranged. Like, you struggle to get clean LOS on anybody. See? Like, you don't have a good line of sight on anybody unless you play all the way out here, which is much more dangerous. And you're going to see that right now. You're going to try to get Helix here, which I understand. I think it's a reasonable play. But, like, it's a very low percentage play. It's safe, but it's a very low percentage play that you could have gotten a kill or meaningful damage here. So, even if you land the Helix here, you're not going to get the kill. The Ashe is low, but she's also in cover. She gets healed up, and what? That's nothing, right? So now, hey, fight's happening. All I can see is the ram. That's not great, right? If I'm playing on this side, at a minimum, like, I can poke down everybody over here, prevent anybody from leaving. You can't really do that nearly as well from this side, right? It's really hard because they can sneak up on you, right? From this left angle, right? Your flank angle, in a way that they can't from this angle, right? It's very unlikely that someone is going to be able to go over here and, like, apply the same level of pressure to you because you're going to see them here and then you can still use the same doorway. So, just a note. I feel like right side is, like, stronger for you is what I'm trying to say. Right? I mean, ideally, actually, so I think playing canoes is probably actually best. Like, your side canoes, assuming your team is not trying to push up into the room, like they're not brawly, which in general your team isn't, so I think it's fine. I think playing your side canoes is actually maybe the best spot, but it's like less off-angly, which makes it worse. So they pop, beat, and this is funny because, like, this is a fight that really ends without you being able to do anything. Like, you don't do anything wrong, you just do nothing right. So from here, Kiriko dies. Okay, really unfortunate. Again, picks happen, right? Hanzo, like, that's just the nature of the hero. Right? You look for it, like, you do nothing. Right? Nothing really happens here. You go back. You lost your Genji. Now the fight's basically over. But how do we prevent this? Well, you can't prevent people from dying, but you can try to get kills as fast, right? You can be a credible threat to get kills. You're not really a credible threat to get kills in that situation. Again, it's tough. Like, Kiriko dies super, super early. But, like, you're not... There's really no scenario where I'm like, oh yeah, you could have flipped this in that situation because you're positioning and the hero that you are. So Junker Queen ends up getting chased down and dies here. Could you have done anything about this? Maybe. You see the Junker Queen over here, right? Like, you can see her through the wall. You know that she's maybe in trouble. At a minimum, go to the left over here, right? This is safe. Like, whether or not you save, maybe you save, maybe you don't. Right? But at least go over here, try to help. She's Shout like she should escape here. You can shoot the Hanzo, you can shoot the Lucio. There's a lot that you can do here. But instead you run right side and you abandon your Junker Queen completely. In a situation where you're clearly running away from the opposing team. Like, yeah, you kill the Hanzo for it, but it doesn't matter. They still have point control. Like, you can trade all day, but if you trade, but nobody ever captures the point, you don't win the fight. Like, you still lose. So, anyway. Also, you kill the Hanzo, but then you end up dying anyway. After you kill the Hanzo, you should be like, well, I'm out of here. Well, what is the correct way to run? It would have been left, because you're already at the left corner. Why would you run across all this open, exposed space to then turn around right now? But even from here, like, you can hear him coming. You can hear the ram coming. Like, you're just not using the audio cues at all. Just leave. Like, why do you want to be stuck in this small room with the tank? And then now you get killed. Very lucky to not get punished for this. Actually, you do get punished for this. You didn't even get pull response. You just staggered. You just cost your team a fight by dying there, which is like staggering 101, right? Like, that's just the way that the game works. Is like, you just cost your team a fight by dying there, so that your team can't take a fight without you. It's very, very bad play. because it's an unforced error. Like, literally, a player who just left and, like, went back to spawn would have played better than you did in that scenario, including the fact that you killed the Hanzo. Because, again, notice the Hanzo's back by the time that you're back. There's no advantage, and it's bad because you don't have control of the point. If you control the point, trade all you want. But if you're on offense, you need to make progress. Helixing the Ram does nothing there. But we control right side, which is great. Like, be patient. I know it feels like, hey, look, like, this is super rough. Like, you know, I'm not doing a whole lot. But, like, you're forcing them to at least think about you. I will note that you're outside of, or you're in your fall off range, right? So you're gonna do way less damage. So you can conceivably try to play from here, right? Which is a reasonable spot, and not peek this angle, which gets you shot, but this angle, apply damage on the Ram. Because the Ram can't stand here if you're at canoes. The Ram has to go back. So you inherently create space that way, and once the Ram goes back, then you can drop, play this angle, rotate, play this angle, right? You got some options here. But to some degree, you just play patient. I don't think putting Heal Station here is a correct call. There's no reason to believe that the Ashe is necessarily going to want to duel you here. Like, and she's not going to insta-kill you. So why are we putting Heal Station now? We just completely wasted the cooldown. You also have Visor here. And that's something to note too, is can I Visor people from this angle? No. They all have high ground. So like if I pop Visor, they're just going to hide immediately. I'm going to do no damage. If I'm over here, can I Visor? Yeah, maybe. Right? At least maybe a second of being... If someone's low, I can definitely kill him here. Like just jump, give myself a little extra time, get a kill here. It's possible. Right? Even just... I think you can even just spam, jump in, out. You might be able to kill somebody that way. But you can also just run up here, right? And do this. This is a little scarier, but like definitely possible. Right? You can just play backside here. That way you don't even need to do this like jumping technique. You just play backside over here. Definitely have LOS everybody play Visor. It's not going to do a ton of damage. You're in fall off range, but it's still scary. It's going to force them to have to react and probably move towards your team and move to a worse spot. Like, there are options for Visoring. You definitely do not want to be Visoring from low ground. Right? Because like what's really going to happen here? Kiriko's going to leave. Why would I pop Visor in this situation? Right? What? Why would I pop Visor? Who am I going to shoot? Oh, all these heroes that are in cover? Like, I don't even know why the Ashe is that far out. Like, this is crazy. The Ashe is, like, just does not care about your Visor at all. She could have done the exact same thing and been, like, 2 steps backwards, right? And then been like, okay, now I'm just kill the rest of the team while the soldier's wasting his time. But instead she plays up here and gets shredded for no reason. Like, you didn't need Visor. You could have killed her with a regular gun there faster because you probably would have gotten every single one of those headshots. Absolutely bonkers play. So you pop Visor here. And then they run down here for some reason. This Ashe runs down here and holds scope. Like, she just threw the dynamite into the ground. There is no one in the world who can convince me that this Ashe belongs in top 500 level games. No offense to this player specifically. I'm just saying that, like, this is not the skill level that you would expect from a top 500 Ashe. Okay? She gets sort of low here. Right? She throws the dynamite into the ground, and then what's her plan? By the way, you still have Visor active. You could just strafe over here, and she's dead. And then she's like, oh, okay, cool. Now let me just walk down here to find the soldier while he's beaming me at 100 health while you're nearly full. And she thinks, man, let me try to quick scope, and then coach gun you, and then you die. What was this Ashe thinking? Like, I wish when I was trying to climb my DPS, like from Masters of GM, that I ran into players like this. Because they would be food all day. Like, what level of game sense is this to be like, oh, let me just walk down here with this giant slope behind me when you have Helix active, and you had Visor active, and she didn't know the exact timing for when it would end, and just die? What? Like, she literally did 0 damage against you, and just died. Absolutely nuts. Anyway, so you're going to kill the Ashe here. They're going to kill you. That's fortunately still somehow enough to flip the fight. But why really do you win this fight? I feel like you win this fight because the Ram goes super deep and the supports can't follow. Yeah, that's exactly what happens, right? So your team comes in behind the tank. Supports can't follow, so they can't save the Ram. And as a result, the Ram dies. And the Ram dies, everything falls apart. But this goes back to, if you just control the flank, zone out the backline from helping the Ram, you would have won anyway without having to do this goofiness that happened after that. Like, just because this happened to work on your favor does not mean that any of this was the right play. In the same way, in poker, it's like, oh, I have like 2-7 offsuit, like a terrible hand. Yeah, sure, I'm gonna play this hand. No, don't. Fold. Like, why would you do this? Just because you happen to flop like 3 more 2s does not mean that you made the right decision. It just means you got lucky. All right, so we go over here. I think the rest of this game is basically another wash. So you have the same problem, is that you're gonna play far left, and like the fight is essentially over before you can participate. All right, JQ goes in again, like good tracking, but like, what can you do from this angle, right? B gets popped, and now you're like, well, yeah, there's a lot of fighting happening where I don't have any angles on anybody. This kind of sucks. It's like not entirely your fault. Like, your team is taking a bad fight, like in their house, like without you. But yeah, I mean, it's just kind of rough being Soldier's situation versus like a Brawlier type hero. It's just tough, right? Your team makes some bad calls there. You're not in position to actually do anything. Like, you don't do anything wrong, but you don't do anything right. And so it sort of is what it is. Mess around here for a while, you're gonna end up dying. All right, so last fight territory. So your Kiriko dies. I think the Ashe just shooting her. There you go. I mean, aim is good. Game sense is different. Maybe that's just what this rank looks like. It's just people with fantastic aim, better aim than me, making poor decisions. Right, you get a kill here, but it doesn't matter. Like, you don't have the ability to contest the point, right? Like, it doesn't. None of this matters. You don't have time. So, in summary, I think you need to think about your positioning a lot more, right? I think that sometimes you don't realize how strong your off-angle position is, and then you get anxious, and you, like, put yourself in a worse position because of your anxiety. And to be fair, we see some of this in Samoa, the opposite side, where you're, like, playing on the off-angle, and your team just fights and loses the fight without you, and that sucks. But, like, you have to be realistic about what you can accomplish, given the map, given the terrain, given the situation, given what your teammates are going to do. You know? As we mentioned on the previous point, where it's like, hey, why did you just leave your good angle to go walk onto mid and stack on top of your Zarya? That's not the right call. Why did you drop off that angle to go run and get punched by their Ramatra? That doesn't make any sense either, right? Why did you go left side when you were having some success on the right side to just get pushed back by their left side team? Stuff like that we're seeing happens often, right? Even here, we talked about, like, hey, why did you leave canoes? You were good on canoes. Why did you drop over here? That didn't make any sense. Why did you try to visor from down here? This is not a good visor spot. Like, there's no way you look at this and be like, yeah, this feels like a great spot for a Soldier to visor to kill people here and here and here. No, definitely not, right? But, like, we see this over and over and over again, where I don't think you're being thoughtful enough about where you want to be, where you want to hold, what angles you want to control. And if you think, like, think about it. If you're like, look, I can't control, strictly speaking, whether or not my team wins the game or not. But if I'm like, look, I will play right here. And I will make sure that nobody can stand here, and nobody can stand here, right? And nobody can stand here, or obviously, you know, nobody's ever going to play on stairs. Like, if I can control that space and I can control point, I have a pretty good chance at winning this fight, right? That limits where they could possibly be. It means they could be right here. It means they could be here, or here, or here, or here, right? And maybe out here, but out here is risky because you can also peek that side. If the enemy team is limited to these 4 spots at the start of the game, in that first fight, you're probably going to win the fight. Because somebody in your team is ultimately going to come down here, right, and stand there or wherever, and they're going to, or this corner, and they're going to be able to cap it. Because you're doing a great job at suppressing the enemy team from doing what they want to do. But I guarantee you, if you're holding that spot, they're going to have to push into you sooner or later. Great. Force them to push into you, burn resources, then fall back when you need to. Like, that type of advanced space-based control thinking will help you a lot. Because you can get kills when the opportunities present themselves. That's not the issue, right? It's like when you don't really know exactly what you're supposed to be doing and you're forcing like these like improvised weird plays, that it all starts falling apart where I'm like, what are you doing here? And I don't think you even know sometimes. You're like, I don't know, I'm just running at them to see if I can get a kill. Sometimes you don't need to do that. Sometimes you're like, look, they literally know where they can go. We're going to cap this point. And yeah, maybe their team picks off 2 people while you're doing that. Okay, it happens. You're not going to win every fight. You're not going to win every game, right? Remember, domination looks like winning 6 out of 10 games. It's not winning 10 in a row. Like, you just need to be a little better than the opposing team to keep climbing further into top 500. Okay, with that, I'll hold there. Hopefully this was helpful.